Have you ever wondered what whispers fill the final moments of a life? In a forgotten corner of the Himalayas, nestled amongst snow-capped peaks, lies a secluded monastery. Here, amidst the chanting monks and the scent of burning incense, resides an ancient tradition. For generations, the monks have honed a remarkable ability to enter the fading consciousness of the dying and capture their most profound regrets so potent they linger even at the precipice of death. One such encounter etched itself into the memory of a young apprentice named Tenzin. A weathered explorer, his face etched with the wisdom of 1,000 journeys, lay on a simple cot. As Tenzin delved into his fading memories, a life of extraordinary experiences unfolded, scaling treacherous peaks, navigating uncharted jungles, facing down ferocious beasts. Yet, amidst these grand adventures, a single, heartbreaking regret echoed through the explorer's final moments. He had spent his life chasing thrills, conquering landscapes, but he never climbed the one mountain that truly mattered, the mountain of mending a broken relationship with his estranged daughter. This encounter sparked a fire within Tenzin. He embarked on a mission to collect the deathbed regrets of individuals from all walks of life, the CEO consumed by power, the artist silenced by fear, the parent yearning for a connection lost. Point of Death Regrets is a chronicle of these poignant journeys, a tapestry woven from the threads of human experience. Prepare to be surprised, moved, and perhaps even inspired to confront your own unspoken yearnings, for within these pages lie not just tales of regret, but also powerful lessons for living a life with no room for what is. So, open this book and embark on a journey unlike any other, a journey that will challenge your definition of success and remind you of the precious, irreplaceable value of living a life true to your heart's desires. Written and published by the Zillionpro. Introduction. Life, a magnificent tapestry woven with vibrant threads of experience, often unravels at its edges with a whisper of regret. We chase ambitions, build empires, nurture relationships, yet at the precipice of our final breath, a haunting melody of unfulfilled desires can rise within us. Point of Death Regrets delves into this poignant realm, offering a portal to the unspoken yearnings that linger at the very last moments. This book is not a morbid collection of final sorrows. It's a testament to the enduring human spirit, a chronicle of unlived dreams that illuminate the preciousness of life's journey. Here, we embark on a captivating exploration guided by Tenzin, a young apprentice from a secluded Himalayan monastery. Within these ancient walls resides a remarkable tradition, to enter the fading consciousness of the dying and capture their most profound regrets. Each encounter Tenzin witnesses is a powerful vignette, a life story distilled into its purest essence. We meet the weathered explorer, his life a thrilling adventure yet his heart heavy with the ache of a fractured family. We encounter the CEO, a titan of industry, who sacrificed connection for power, only to find it a hollow victory in the face of mortality. The pages resonate with the quiet despair of the artist silenced by fear, the parent yearning for a reconnection lost in the whirlwind of life, and countless others whose regrets paint a poignant portrait of the human condition. Through their stories, Point of Death Regrets offers a profound message. It compels us to confront the unplayed melodies within our own hearts. Are there dreams gathering dust in the corners of our minds? Relationships yearning for repair? This book serves as a wake-up call, urging us to embrace the present and pursue a life symphony that resonates with authenticity and fulfillment. Within these pages, you won't just find tales of regret, but powerful tools for introspection. Learn from the mistakes of others, discover the courage to chase your dreams, and mend the bridges that may have weakened over time. Point of Death Regrets is not a morbid dweller in the shadows, but a beacon of hope, urging you to live a life so vibrant that your final moments resonate not with regret, but with the sweet melody of a life well lived. Chapter 1, The Whispers at Dusk. The air hung heavy with the antiseptic tang of disinfectant and a faint undercurrent of despair. Tenzin, a young apprentice with eyes the color of the summer sky, navigated the sterile maze of the hospital corridors, his saffron robes a stark contrast to the pale green walls. He stopped before a door marked restricted area, his destination. Inside, bathed in the sterile glow of fluorescent lights, lay Arthur Kensington, a man who once commanded boardrooms and built empires. Now, he was a frail figure dwarfed by the starched white sheets of the hospital bed. The rhythmic beep of the heart monitor was the only counterpoint to the oppressive silence. Tenzin approached cautiously, a tremor of nervousness fluttering in his stomach. This was his first solo mission, entrusted to him by the revered Master Choing. The weight of responsibility settled heavily on his young shoulders. He had spent years honing his abilities, meditation, deep breathing exercises, and the ancient art of Ting Ting Si Wang Ddu, which translated to listening to the whispers of death. Taking a deep breath, Tenzin settled into a chair beside the bed. Arthur's eyelids fluttered open, revealing eyes clouded with a lifetime of experiences. A flicker of recognition sparked within them as he met Tenzin's gaze. "You're one of them, aren't you?" Arthur asked, his voice weak but laced with a hint of curiosity. Tenzin inclined his head slightly. "Yes, sir. I am Tenzin. I'm here to listen." Arthur's lips twitched into a faint smile. "Listen to what?" "The machines screaming their monotonous song." "No, sir," Tenzin replied gently. "I'm here to listen to the whispers of your heart, the stories your soul wants to tell." A long silence stretched between them, broken only by the rhythmic beeping of the monitor. Arthur seemed to be lost in thought, his gaze fixed on a point beyond the sterile white walls. Finally, he spoke, his voice barely a whisper. "There's a mountain," he rasped, his voice catching in his throat. "A mountain I never climbed." Tenzin leaned in, his full attention captured. "Tell me about the mountain, sir." Arthur closed his eyes, and a lifetime of memories flooded back. He spoke of a childhood dream, a photograph in a worn travel brochure that had ignited a spark within him, a snow-capped peak, a symbol of adventure and self-discovery. But life, with its relentless demands, had pushed that dream to the back burner. Bills piled up, responsibilities grew, and the mountain remained unclimbed, a constant reminder of a path not taken. As Arthur spoke, Tenzin closed his eyes, focusing his training. He felt a tremor of regret emanating from the frail figure on the bed, a deep longing that resonated within the sterile room. This was just the beginning. This was the first whisper at dusk, the first note in a poignant symphony of a life lived, and a life unlived. Chapter 2, The Colors of Dreams Deferred. The flickering fluorescent lights cast long shadows across the hospital room as Tenzin listened intently to Arthur's fading narrative. The tale of the unclimbed mountain had opened a floodgate of memories. Arthur spoke of a life consumed by work, a relentless pursuit of success measured in boardroom victories and stock market gains. He spoke of neglecting his hobbies, his passions, the things that had once brought him joy. "I used to paint," Arthur confessed, his voice a mere croak. "Abstract landscapes, filled with vibrant colors. It was my escape, my way of expressing the chaos swirling inside me." Tenzin felt a pang of empathy. He envisioned a younger Arthur, his fingers stained with paint, his eyes alive with the spark of creativity. The image clashed sharply with the gaunt figure on the bed, his once vibrant life reduced to a monochrome palette. "But then," Arthur continued, his voice heavy with regret, "the deadlines piled up, the pressure mounted. Painting became a luxury I couldn't afford. I convinced myself it was a childish pursuit, a waste of valuable time." Tenzin remained silent, allowing Arthur to delve deeper into the well of his remorse. He wasn't just listening to words, he was tuning into the emotional undercurrents, the tapestry of what-ifs and missed opportunities woven into the fabric of Arthur's life. The silence stretched, thick with unspoken emotions. Finally, Arthur spoke again, his voice tinged with a hint of longing. "Do you know, Tenzin," he rasped, "the one thing I regret most? It's not the deals I didn't make, or the promotions I missed. It's the colors I never dared to paint, the dreams I left gathering dust on a shelf." A wave of sadness washed over Tenzin. He understood. Arthur wasn't just mourning the unclimbed mountain, he was grieving the life he hadn't lived, the vibrant canvas that remained forever blank. In that moment, Tenzin knew he had to do something. He couldn't offer Arthur a second chance at scaling the mountain, but perhaps he could help him paint a different kind of landscape, A landscape of acceptance and peace. Sir, Tenzin began gently, would you like to close your eyes and imagine those colors again? Arthur hesitated, a flicker of doubt crossing his face. But then, with a weary sigh, he closed his eyes. Tenzin guided him, his voice a soothing balm, conjuring images of sun-drenched meadows, snow-capped peaks, and swirling galaxies. As Arthur described the colors he saw, a faint smile touched his lips. It was a small victory, a glimmer of light in the encroaching darkness. It wasn't the life he had envisioned, but it was a start, a way to reclaim a piece of himself in his final moments. When Arthur finally opened his eyes, a sense of calm had settled over him. The regret hadn't vanished entirely, but it was muted, tinged with a newfound acceptance. Thank you, Tenzin, he rasped, his voice weak but sincere. For reminding me of the colors I forgot I had. Tenzin nodded, a quiet satisfaction warming his chest. He had witnessed the first flicker of a different kind of climb, a climb towards peace and acceptance in the face of mortality. It was a powerful reminder that even at the precipice of death, there was still room for growth, for finding solace in the whispers of the soul. Chapter 3, The Unwritten Symphony. The sterile hum of the machines provided a constant counterpoint to the symphony of emotion swirling within Tenzin. Having witnessed Arthur grapple with the ghosts of his unfulfilled dreams, he braced himself for the next encounter. This time, the patient was a woman named Sarah, her face etched with the lines of a life well lived, yet a shadow of sadness lingering in her eyes. Sarah was a renowned pianist, her fingers once dancing across ivory keys, weaving stories that resonated with audiences worldwide. However, as Tenzin delved deeper into her fading memories, a different story emerged, a tale not of triumphant performances, but of a melody silenced. There was a piece, Sarah rasped, her voice a mere whisper against the rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor. A symphony I started composing years ago. It was supposed to be my masterpiece, a culmination of everything I had learned, everything I felt. Tenzin leaned closer, captivated by the flicker of regret that danced in Sarah's eyes. And what happened to the symphony? A sigh escaped Sarah's lips, heavy with the weight of unspoken words. Life intervened, she confessed. Marriage, motherhood, the demands of a career. The music, it just faded into the background. The notes remained trapped on the staff, the melody forever unfinished. Tenzin felt a pang of empathy. He envisioned Sarah, her fingers poised over the keys, the symphony yearning to be born, but the relentless demands of life stealing away her time, her energy, and ultimately, her inspiration. Do you ever regret it? Tenzin asked gently. Sarah's gaze drifted towards the window, a poignant reflection of the dreams left unrealized. Sometimes, she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. But mostly, I regret not finding a way to reconcile the music with everything else. I convinced myself I had to choose, family or my passion. A heavy silence descended upon the room, thick with the weight of the unspoken. In that moment, Tenzin knew his role wasn't just to listen, but to offer a glimmer of hope, a spark to rekindle the flame of Sarah's forgotten passion. Perhaps, Tenzin ventured softly, it's not too late to hear the melody again. A flicker of surprise crossed Sarah's face. What do you mean? Tenzin explained the ancient practice of nasating, which translated to inner listening. He guided Sarah on a meditative journey, helping her reconnect with the emotions and experiences that had inspired the symphony years ago. As Sarah closed her eyes, a profound transformation unfolded. Her face, etched with lines of regret, softened, replaced by a serene expression. Her frail hands, once poised over the keys, twitched as if yearning to touch the invisible ivory. For a moment, the sterile room filled with the ethereal strains of an unfinished symphony. It was a melody tinged with sadness, with the weight of lost time, but also with a profound sense of beauty and acceptance. When Sarah finally opened her eyes, tears glistened on her cheeks, a mix of sorrow and a newfound peace. Thank you, Tenzin, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. For helping me hear the music again, even if it's just in my heart. Tenzin nodded silently. He understood. The symphony remained unfinished, a testament to a dream deferred. However, by revisiting it, Sarah had found a form of closure, a way to reconcile her regrets and embrace the life she had lived. The melody within her heart, though unheard by the world, served as a powerful reminder of the enduring power of passion, even in the face of mortality. Chapter 4, The Echoes of Unspoken Words. The sterile air of the hospital room felt heavy with a different kind of weight this time. As Tenzin entered, a tense silence greeted him. Beside the bed sat a woman, her face etched with a mixture of grief and unspoken resentment. This was Emily, the wife of the patient, a man named David, whose gaunt figure lay motionless beneath the crisp white sheets. David, a renowned businessman known for his ruthless efficiency, had built an empire from the ground up. But as Tenzin delved into his fading memories, a different picture emerged, one devoid of warmth, connection, or the echo of laughter. "Work," David rasped, his voice weak and devoid of its usual commanding tone. "Work, work, work. That's all my life has been." Tenzin listened intently, his gaze flitting between the frail figure on the bed and Emily, whose eyes held a well of unspoken pain. "Did you ever find happiness in it?" Tenzin asked gently. David's eyes fluttered open, a flicker of regret crossing his face. "Success," he croaked, "that's what I chased. Building something, leaving a legacy." A tear escaped Emily's eye, tracing a silent path down her cheek. Tenzin felt a wave of empathy wash over him. David, consumed by the pursuit of external validation, had neglected the most important aspects of life: love, connection, and the quiet joys of shared experiences. "Did you ever tell her," Tenzin began, his voice soft but firm, "how much she meant to you?" David's gaze drifted towards Emily, a silent apology hanging heavy in the air. "No," he rasped, shame coloring his voice. "Never seemed the right time. Thought she knew." The silence that followed was deafening, filled with the weight of unspoken words and missed opportunities. Tenzin knew this wasn't just about David's regrets, it was also about offering Emily a chance to find some form of closure. "Perhaps," Tenzin ventured gently, "it's not too late to let her know." A flicker of hope sparked in Emily's eyes, a silent plea mirroring Tenzin's suggestion. David, with a monumental effort, turned his head towards his wife. "Emily," he rasped, his voice thick with emotion, I never stopped loving you." Tears streamed down Emily's face, a mixture of sorrow and relief washing over her. Years of unspoken words, of a love taken for granted, finally found their voice. In that poignant moment, the sterile room became a vessel for raw emotions. David's apology may not have erased the years of neglect, but it offered a fragile bridge across the chasm of regret. As Tenzin witnessed this exchange, he understood the profound power of communication, of expressing love and appreciation before it's too late. He realized that sometimes, the most profound regrets stem not from what we do, but from what we leave unsaid. David's final moments might have been overshadowed by the weight of his choices, but the echo of his unspoken words, finally voiced, offered a flicker of comfort for both him and Emily. It was a reminder that even in the face of mortality, the human heart yearns for connection, for the solace of shared love and the healing balm of forgiveness. Chapter 5, The Untraveled Paths. The incessant hum of the fluorescent lights seemed to pulse with a newfound urgency as Tenzin entered the next room. A sense of restless energy hung heavy in the air, a stark contrast to the quiet acceptance he had witnessed in previous encounters. The patient here was a man named William, his weathered face a map of a life lived on the move. "Always on the go," William rasped, his voice gravelly from years of shouting over the roar of engines and the wind whipping through his hair. "Never a moment to stop, never a place to call home." Tenzin listened intently, sensing a wellspring of unfulfilled desires bubbling beneath the surface. William spoke of a life spent chasing adventure, scaling treacherous mountains, navigating dense jungles, and exploring uncharted territories. Yet, amidst the adrenaline-fueled escapades, a profound sense of emptiness echoed. "The world is a vast place," William continued, his voice laced with a hint of regret. "But for all the places I've seen, I never truly connected with any of them." Tenzin felt a pang of empathy. "William, In his relentless pursuit of the next thrill, had missed the opportunity to forge deeper connections, to truly understand the cultures he encountered, to appreciate the beauty that lay beyond the thrill of the unknown. "Did you ever dream of settling down?" Tenzin asked gently. William's eyes clouded over, a flicker of longing crossing his face. "There was a woman," he confessed, his voice dropping to a whisper. "Met her in a small village nestled in the Himalayas. We shared stories under the starlit sky, and for a moment, I thought I might finally have found my place." A heavy silence descended upon the room, thick with the weight of missed opportunities. Tenzin understood. William had tasted the possibility of a different life, a life filled with connection and understanding, but the allure of the next adventure had proven too strong. "Do you regret leaving her?" Tenzin asked gently. William's face creased with a deep frown. "Every damn day," he rasped. "The world may be vast, but the one place I truly belonged, I left behind." Tenzin knew there was nothing he could do to erase the past, but perhaps he could offer William a chance to find some form of closure. "Close your eyes, William," Tenzin instructed softly. "Imagine that village again. See the woman, hear her laughter, feel the warmth of the sun on your skin." William complied, his breathing slowing as he surrendered to the guided meditation. Tenzin wove a tapestry of words, transporting William back to that fateful moment, allowing him to relive the connection he had so carelessly abandoned. When William finally opened his eyes, tears welled up in his corners. "Thank you," he rasped, his voice choked with emotion. "For letting me feel it again, even if it's just a memory." A sense of peace, albeit tinged with regret, settled over William's face. He may not have been able to rewrite his past, but by revisiting it, he had found a way to acknowledge his mistakes and make peace, however fragile, with his choices. As Tenzin left the room, he carried with him the weight of William's story. It was a powerful reminder of the importance of appreciating the present moment, of forging meaningful connections, and of not letting the allure of the unknown blind us to the beauty that exists in the here and now. The world may be vast and filled with endless possibilities, but true fulfillment often lies not in chasing the next adventure, but in cherishing the experiences and connections that make life truly meaningful. Chapter 6, The Unfinished Story. A hush fell over the sterile room as Tenzin entered for his final encounter. The patient, a woman named Amelia, lay frail but resolute in the bed. Unlike the others, there was no outward display of regret etched on her face. Instead, a quiet serenity emanated from her, a sense of acceptance that intrigued Tenzin. Amelia was a writer, her once vibrant eyes now clouded with the passage of time. As Tenzin delved into her fading memories, he discovered a life dedicated to the craft. Countless notebooks overflowed with her stories, tales that transported readers to fantastical worlds and explored the depths of human emotions. "I've lived a good life," Amelia rasped, her voice surprisingly strong for her frail state. "Filled with words and characters that became my companions." Tenzin, surprised by her lack of expressed regrets, pressed further. "But surely, there must be something, a story left unfinished, a character unexplored." Amelia chuckled, a soft, musical sound that filled the sterile room with a sudden warmth. "There are always more stories," she admitted, "but sometimes, it's not about finishing them, but about letting them go." Intrigued, Tenzin leaned closer. "What do you mean?" A gentle smile graced Amelia's lips. "Each story," she explained, "is a seed planted in the reader's mind. It takes root, grows, and blossoms into something new and unique. My job is not to control the ending, but to spark the imagination." Tenzin pondered her words. He realized that Amelia, unlike the others, had not focused solely on her own unfulfilled desires. She had seen her work as a bridge, a way to connect with others, to leave a lasting impact that transcended the limitations of a single narrative. "Are you not curious," he ventured cautiously, "to see how your stories unfold in the minds of your readers?" Amelia's smile widened. "Oh, I am," she confessed. "But the beauty lies in the mystery, in the infinite possibilities. It's a legacy that continues to grow long after the final word is written." A profound sense of peace settled over the room. In Amelia's acceptance, Tenzin saw a different kind of completion, a life well lived and a legacy built not on personal fulfillment, but on the power of storytelling and the impact it has on others. As Amelia drifted off to sleep, a single tear traced a path down her cheek. It wasn't a tear of regret, but a tear of gratitude, for the stories she had told, for the hearts she had touched, and for the legacy that would continue to inspire long after her final chapter was written. Tenzin left the room, his heart heavy yet strangely uplifted. He had witnessed a spectrum of regrets in his encounters, each offering a powerful lesson. He carried with him the weight of unfulfilled dreams, the importance of spoken words, the allure of the unknown, and the enduring power of a life dedicated to enriching the lives of others. These were not just stories of regret, but poignant reminders to embrace life with open arms, to chase dreams, to nurture connections, and to leave a legacy, not of personal achievements, but of the positive impact we have on the world around us. As he walked the sterile corridors of the hospital, Tenzin knew that the whispers at dusk were not just about regrets, but about the symphony of life itself, a symphony filled with both joyous crescendos and melancholic lullabies, a symphony that resonates long after the final note fades away. Chapter 7, Echoes in the Monastery. Tenzin returned to the serene monastery nestled amongst the snow-capped peaks, the echoes of the hospital clinging to him like the chill of the mountain air. He sought solace in the familiar rhythm of chanting monks and the scent of burning incense. Yet, the stories he had witnessed lingered, a kaleidoscope of regrets and revelations swirling in his mind. Master Choing, his eyes gleaming with ancient wisdom, awaited him in the meditation garden. The gentle clinking of wind chimes filled the air as Tenzin recounted his encounters, his voice heavy with the emotional weight of each story. As Tenzin finished, a heavy silence settled over the garden. Finally, Master Choing spoke, his voice a soothing balm. The whispers at dusk, he began, are not just about regrets, Tenzin. They are about the human condition, a testament to the vast spectrum of desires and choices that shape our lives. Tenzin nodded, a wave of understanding washing over him. He realized that the point of death regrets wasn't about dwelling on the past, but about gleaning valuable lessons for the living. Each story, Master Choing continued, offered a profound truth. Arthur's Mountain reminded us to never let the pursuit of practicality overshadow our passions. Sarah's unfinished symphony highlighted the importance of finding a balance between ambition and the things that bring us joy. Master Choing's words resonated with Tenzin. He envisioned the remorseful faces, the yearning for unfulfilled dreams. Each story held a mirror to his own life, prompting him to examine his own choices and aspirations. What about David? Tenzin asked, his voice tinged with curiosity. His regret wasn't about unfulfilled dreams, but about unspoken words. Master Choing smiled gently. Indeed. David's story reminds us of the power of communication, of expressing love and appreciation before it's too late. The human heart craves connection, and neglecting those connections leads to a different kind of emptiness. The image of William, a man consumed by the thrill of adventure, flashed across Tenzin's mind. And William, he added, his story spoke of the allure of the untraveled path. But it also highlighted the importance of cherishing the present moment and the connections we make along the way. Master Choing nodded. The world is vast, filled with endless possibilities. But true fulfillment often lies in appreciating the journey, not just the destination. Finally, Tenzin addressed Amelia, the woman who had seemingly faced death with no regrets. And Amelia, he pondered, hers was a different kind of completion. Her legacy wasn't about personal achievements, but about the impact her stories had on others. A smile graced Master Choing's lips. Amelia understood the true essence of life, Tenzin. It's not about how much you achieve for yourself, but about the ripples of your actions, the lives you touch, and the stories you leave behind. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the monastery gardens, Tenzin felt a profound shift within him. The whispers at dusk had not burdened him, but empowered him. He carried the weight of the stories not as a burden, but as a torch, a reminder to live each day with purpose, to cherish connections, and to pursue a life that resonates with fulfillment. Tenzin bowed deeply to Master Choing, a newfound sense of resolve sparkling in his eyes. He knew that his journey as a listener of deathbed regrets had just begun. With each story, he wouldn't just be offering solace to the dying, but also gleaning valuable lessons for the living, lessons that would resonate far beyond the confines of the serene monastery walls, echoing through the vast symphony of life itself. Chapter 8, The Unexpected Whisper. The crisp mountain air invigorated Tenzin as he descended the winding path towards the village nestled below the monastery. News of his unique ability had spread, and today, a different kind of request awaited him. Unlike the sterile hospital visits, this encounter would be draped in the vibrant hues of life, a departure from the poignant whispers at dusk. An elderly woman, wrinkled like a forgotten map, sat on her porch, her eyes sparkling with a youthful curiosity. Her name was Anya, and despite her age, she exuded an air of vibrancy that defied expectations. "I know what you do, young Tenzin," Anya began, her voice surprisingly strong. "You listen to the whispers of those about to depart. But I'm not here for that." Tenzin blinked, surprised by the unexpected request. "Then why have you called for me, Mom?" Anya chuckled, a melodic sound that danced on the mountain breeze. "I want you to listen to the whispers of life, Tenzin. To the dreams that still bloom in my heart, to the stories that yearn to be told." Intrigued, Tenzin settled on the porch step, his senses attuned to the symphony of life surrounding them, chirping birds, rustling leaves, the distant laughter of children. Anya closed her eyes, her face softening with the passage of time. "There's a story within me, Tenzin," she began, her voice turning wistful. "A tale of a young woman who dreamt of becoming a dancer, of defying gravity and expressing her soul through movement." Tenzin listened intently, his training kicking in. He wasn't just hearing words, he was experiencing Anya's youthful dreams, the thrill of pirouettes, the aching muscles after relentless practice, the disappointment of a career cut short by societal expectations. "Life took me on a different path," Anya continued, her voice trembling slightly. "Marriage, children, a life well lived, but the music in my heart never truly faded." Anya opened her eyes, a tear glistening on her cheek. "I want you to hear it, Tenzin. The music of a dream unfulfilled, but still vibrant." Tenzin closed his eyes, focusing his energy on Anya's fading aspirations. He felt a surge of emotions, longing, regret, but also a flicker of defiance. The music wasn't a dirge of what could have been, but a vibrant serenade to the enduring power of dreams. When Tenzin opened his eyes, Anya was gazing at him, a hopeful smile gracing her lips. "Do you hear it?" she asked. Tenzin nodded, a lump forming in his throat. "Yes, Mom. It's beautiful," Anya beamed. "Thank you, Tenzin, for reminding me that the whispers of life are just as important as the whispers at dusk. They remind us that it's never too late to rekindle forgotten dreams, to find joy in the present moment." The encounter with Anya marked a turning point for Tenzin. He realized that his ability wasn't just about offering solace in death's embrace, but about igniting sparks of hope and inspiration in the living. He understood that life, like death, had its own whispers, whispers of dreams waiting to be pursued, of passions yearning to be rekindled, and of the enduring beauty of a life fully embraced. As Tenzin walked back towards the monastery, the setting sun casting a warm glow on the mountain path, he carried with him the echoes of both Anya's story and the vibrant symphony of life. He knew that his journey as a listener had just begun, a journey that transcended the boundaries of life and death, a journey that resonated with the whispers of dreams, regrets, and the enduring music of the human experience. Chapter 9, The Symphony of Connections. The crisp mountain air swirled with the scent of pine and anticipation as Tenzin stepped into the bustling marketplace. Master Choing had entrusted him with a solitary mission, to listen not to an individual, but to the collective whispers of the vibrant community. The marketplace was a kaleidoscope of sights and sounds. Bartering vendors hawked their wares, children chased each other with infectious laughter, and the rhythmic clanging of the blacksmith's hammer filled the air. Tenzin closed his eyes, focusing his training. He wasn't searching for a single, distinct voice, but for the underlying melody that bound this diverse group together, the symphony of connections. As he delved deeper, a tapestry of emotions unfurled. He felt the pride of a young fisherman presenting his day's catch, the worry etched on the face of a farmer praying for rain, and the quiet contentment of an elderly woman sharing stories with her grandchildren. He witnessed the bond between a mother and child, their laughter echoing in unison, and the camaraderie between two friends, their silent understanding of a language all its own. Tenzin felt the undercurrent of tension between a rivaling pair of merchants, their competitive spirit adding a discordant note to the symphony. But most of all, he felt a profound sense of community, a web of interconnected lives woven together by shared experiences, hopes, and dreams. It was a symphony not of flawless harmonies, but of individual melodies, sometimes clashing, sometimes complementing each other, but ultimately creating a vibrant and dynamic soundscape. As Tenzin opened his eyes, the marketplace came alive with renewed intensity. He saw beyond the surface interactions, glimpsing the stories and connections that lay beneath. He approached an elderly woman, her hands weathered from years of toil. "Grandmother," he began gently, "I hear a beautiful song in this place. Can you tell me about it?" The woman's eyes softened. "This is a song of life, young Tenzin," she explained, "a symphony woven from the threads of our lives. Each of us adds a note, a story, a struggle, a joy." Tenzin nodded, understanding dawning on him. "And the occasional discord," he ventured, pointing towards the bickering merchants. The woman chuckled. "Even the discords have a role, Tenzin. They remind us of our differences, but also of our shared humanity. The challenge lies in finding harmony amidst the chaos." Tenzin spent the rest of the day immersed in the bustling marketplace, listening to the stories of its inhabitants. He heard tales of triumph and hardship, of love found and lost, of dreams pursued and legacies built. Each story, like a unique note, added its own flavor to the symphony of life. As dusk painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, Tenzin returned to the monastery, his heart overflowing with a newfound understanding. He realized that deathbed regrets were not solely about individual choices, but about the connections we forge and the impact we have on the lives around us. The whispers of the marketplace had revealed a different kind of truth, a truth about the interconnectedness of human experience, about the way our lives intertwine, creating a symphony that resonates far beyond any single note. This understanding filled him with a renewed sense of purpose. He was no longer just a listener of regrets, but a witness to the beauty and fragility of human connection, a connection that resonated as a powerful counterpoint to the inevitable silence of death. The whispers of life, Tenzin concluded, were as important as the whispers at dusk. They were a reminder to cherish every connection, to nurture the communities we build, and to create a symphony of life that reverberated with love, compassion, and the enduring spirit of humanity. Chapter 10, The Unforeseen Melody. Tenzin had settled into a rhythm. He listened to the whispers of the dying, offering solace and a chance for closure. He immersed himself in the vibrant melodies of life within the community, cherishing the connections that bound them all. Yet, a nagging unease lingered in his heart. One evening, as the sun dipped below the snow-capped peaks, casting the monastery in an ethereal glow, Tenzin approached Master Choing. "Master," he began, his voice laced with introspection, "I feel a sense of incompleteness. I listen to the whispers, both of life and death, yet there seems to be a missing piece." Master Choing, his eyes twinkling with an ageless wisdom, smiled gently. "The symphony of life, Tenzin, is not a linear melody. It's a complex composition with crescendos and lulls, harmonies and discordances, and sometimes, unexpected solos." Tenzin pondered the master's words. "An unexpected solo? What do you mean there are whispers, Tenzin?" Master Choing continued, "That defies categorization. They are neither regrets of the past nor celebrations of the present. They are whispers of the unknown, echoes from beyond the veil that separates life and death." Intrigue sparked in Tenzin's eyes. "Beyond the veil," he echoed, a shiver tracing down his spine. Master Choing nodded. "These whispers are rare, Tenzin, and often shrouded in mystery. They are glimpses into a realm we can only comprehend through intuition and faith. The following morning, a hushed urgency filled the air as Tenzin received a summons. It wasn't for a patient in the hospital, nor for an elder in the village. It was for a young woman, barely past her 20s, lying in a serene meadow on the outskirts of the monastery. An accident, they said, a tragic fall from a mountain path. Her eyes were closed, her breath shallow, and a profound stillness hung heavy in the air. Tenzin approached her cautiously, a wave of emotions washing over him, empathy for her untimely demise, curiosity about the life cut short, and a flicker of apprehension at the prospect of encountering a whisper from beyond. He closed his eyes, focusing his energy on the young woman's fading life force. The whispers he encountered weren't regrets or dreams, but a sense of peace. A sense of acceptance that defied logic. There were fragmented pictures, memories of childhood laughter, a connection with nature, a yearning for exploration. But most of all, there was a sense of completion. As if this life, however brief, had served its purpose. Tenzin opened his eyes, a profound sense of awe washing over him. He hadn't heard a story, a confession, or a prayer. He had experienced a glimpse, a fleeting echo from a dimension beyond comprehension. He returned to the monastery, his mind reeling. He shared his experience with Master Choying, his voice laced with a mixture of fascination and trepidation. Master Choying listened patiently, then spoke with a quiet certainty. The whispers from beyond, Tenzin, are not meant to be fully understood. They are reminders of the vastness of existence, and the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of our human experience. Tenzin spent days contemplating the encounter. It had shaken his previous understanding of life and death. The whispers at dusk, the vibrant symphony of life, and now, the echo from beyond, they all seem to be fragments of a much larger composition, a cosmic melody beyond his grasp. He realized that his role as a listener wasn't just about offering solace or understanding the whispers themselves. It was about accepting their ambiguity, and allowing them to broaden his perspective on the preciousness of life, the power of connection, and the enduring mysteries of existence. The encounter with the young woman marked a turning point for Tenzin. He continued to listen, to the whispers of the dying, the melodies of life, and yes, even the occasional echo from beyond. He knew that the symphony of existence would continue to unfold, a tapestry woven from countless voices, stories, and experiences, forever resonating with both the known and the unknown.